A very good early afternoon to you from busy Saigon as we cross into the Central District 1. And welcome to this trip report, which you probably think that you've seen before. But I've got something a little bit different for today. The route between Saigon and Bangkok is easily the route that I fly the most often. For as many trip reports as I have published about it, I've probably actually flown it 2 or 3 times, since I only like to make a trip report about it when I have something different to show. In today's case, it's actually a bit of premium economy action. So, this is my first of 4 flights that are getting me from Saigon today to Athens some 34 hours later. It's also interesting that since I have this seat today, it means that this 4-leg hop will have economy, premium economy, business, and first class. First though, we need to get to the airport here in the center of the city. So this city is huge. Basically, everything on the left of this line is Ho Chi Minh City, or Saigon as it's usually called locally. To those that like to correct me for saying Saigon, I'll just leave you with this little gem, the seal of the city, which lists both of them on it. Anyway, Thanh Nhat International Airport was built in the 1930s by the French colonial government, and has been for nearly a decade now been operating way over capacity. So there's a new airport that is finally starting to take shape way out here in Long Tan. I'm actually hoping the new airport will take the code HCM just so that we have, let's say, equal representation in the city. Anyway, as we now head inside to the check-in hall, let me welcome any of you that are new to the channel. My name is Kevin, and I am the Flip-Flop Traveler. I think the internet is in need of a whole lot more honesty when it comes to airline and hotel content, and that's why I'm here. I just want to be real with you. I make trip reports and high-end hotel reviews, and I always self-fund my trips. In fact, you'll always be able to find the exact price that I paid in the description below. I don't alert any companies that I'll be filming because I want as normal of an experience as possible. So in this video today, I'm going to give you nothing more than my own personal, honest, and unbiased opinion about my own experience. I have SkyTeam Elite Plus status, which is what allowed me to check in the Sky Priority area. That is also what allowed me to select today's seat. Policies are slightly different from carrier to carrier, but SkyTeam Elite and Elite Plus members essentially can choose any seat on their flight for free when they book. Vietnam Airlines frequently uses their wide-body 787 and A350s on short routes for some of their frequencies such as today's flight. There are 2 versions of the 787-9. One has premium economy and one has economy plus. Luckily today we had the full premium economy. So when booking, I selected one of those seats for free since they don't offer an actual premium economy product on this route. I think it's a pretty unique and valuable benefit if you fly SkyTeam a lot. Keep in mind, if you open the Air France Bank of America credit card, that automatically gives you SkyTeam Elite. Anyway, let's get through to the Vietnam Airlines Lotus Lounge. The entrance leaves a little bit to be desired, but once inside, it's nice and bright and open with a variety of seating areas. You shouldn't be expecting any Singapore Airlines or Cathay luxuries though. Food is your standard Vietnam lounge food fare, but the views are fantastic, making this probably my favorite lounge in the airport. Vietnam Airlines currently have 97 aircraft in their fleet with a further 61 on order, 50 of which are 737 MAX family aircraft, which will be a totally new type for the carrier. Of their aircraft, 29 of them are wide-body, which are the true workhorses. On a normal day, they have around 30 flights in each direction between Saigon and Hanoi, around 20 of those on wide-bodies. As Lunar New Year comes around, that will increase to possibly near 100 per day. Here's your friendly reminder to click that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with friends and family. Those are truly the easiest ways, all free for you, to help the channel continue to grow. If you'd like to support me further, my Patreon is linked in the description below. Thanks very much in advance. So let's head down to the very busy bus gate area. In the coming years, this crowding should be eased a little bit as another terminal here at this airport is already under construction. Finally. I figured today we could take a look at the connectivity in general between Vietnam and Thailand. Over the years, connectivity to second-tier cities has expanded a lot, relatively speaking. But overall, the market is still well below pre-COVID levels. There are currently 6 carriers that fly between the countries, which is down from a peak of, I believe, 11 carriers, which have also served some of these routes over the years. Vietnam Airlines currently fly to 61 regular destinations, 22 of which are domestic, with an additional 17 charter destinations, 16 of which are second and third tier cities in China. Despite signage that said that we were going to Siem Reap, they assured us that we'd be boarding for Bangkok. I'll take their word for it that there are no 787s flying to Siem Reap anytime soon. The bus seemed to be confused as well. As we drove straight across to the other side of the airport, we started to get some peaks of perfect sunshine to let some of these aircraft really pop. Let's have a look at today's flight stats on the way. And here is one of my favorite things on Earth, boarding a wide-body aircraft via stairs. There are 5 rows of premium economy on these 787-9s, and for today's flight I was in 14 Alpha. These are the same seats that you'll find on ex-Norwegian birds as well as Scoot's premium class, among I'm sure many other airlines that are slipping my mind. They are really comfortable seats. My only 2 gripes would be the airbag in the seatbelt, which is just not comfortable to sit with, as well as the armrests that extend quite far forward, preventing you from wide crossing your legs. There's a footrest though, and universal outlets for each seat. The seats themselves are 20 inches wide, which is good for premium economy, and even better, they're nearly 21 inches deep, which is really good and provides great support. Plus they have legroom for days, and an additional footrest. By the way, I should mention that even if you have no status with SkyTeam, you can still buy these seats for a very reasonable extra fee a few days before departure. Just keep your eyes on the seat maps. The entertainment monitor is in the center console and has your call buttons on the bottom of it. Wet wipes were passed out and it was time for pushback, the safety video, and taxiing to the runway. Here's the area where they're actually building the new terminal. The spool up, takeoff, and airport stats are coming up next. The tray table pops up from the side and is a good size and sturdy enough. A lunch service followed. Unfortunately, Vietnam Airlines has done away with hot meals on this short flight, as of a few months ago, so now we just get a sandwich. As far as egg salad goes, I suppose it was pretty good, but I'd much prefer a beef curry or something, of course. Let's take a look at the entertainment on board. For a regional carrier like VNA, I think it's as expected. There's enough to pass the time and also a very good in-flight map. And thankfully, there are overhead vents as well. On short flights like this, blankets will always be available by request. Pillows, if you're lucky. With a flight time of just 70 minutes today, things were quickly wrapping up as we began to approach Bangkok from the southeast. A quick comment about the service on board. 90% of the crew were great and smiley and just all around pleasant. I'm not sure who was actually running the show, but one of the two in purser uniforms was just not having it today. Most of the time, she looked like she was on a mission to make all of the other crew miserable the entire flight. Perhaps it was because she was just mad at not being in charge today. No idea. A rarity for VNA. Alright, I'll let you enjoy the descent and landing in Bangkok. The airport stats are also coming up. So, it was short and sweet, but I'm very glad at least I was able to show you a new product that I haven't featured on the channel previously. To be honest, I'd love to feature more premium economy products on the channel, but I find so many of them overpriced, and the fares just continue to rise. Southeast Asia to New York pre-COVID was regularly $1,300, always under $1,400, round trip, on a variety of carriers. Now, you're really lucky when you can find something under $2,000. Overall, it was a perfectly nice little flight. Shame to see the hot meal service go by the wayside, but I'll take a cold sandwich with a better seat any day of the week. I really hope you enjoyed this quick little report today. If you did, please be sure to click that thumbs up button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on my twice weekly content. I upload full-length videos every Thursday and Saturday. I'll see you next time at the absolutely sublime Region Phu Quoc. Oh, and thanks for watching until the end.